Hey, what's going on, everybody? Super excited to have another episode of Booze and Booze tonight. I got a great guest in the house. If you guys haven't noticed, we got Dan Klaaes. You know, I've heard his name pronounced like 5 different times, so I'm still trying to get it right. Sorry, Dan. But those of you that do not know Dan, he is the owner of Hinsdale House in Hinsdale, New York. Hinsdale House has been featured on Paranormal Lockdown with Nick Groff and many other shows. I see Matt repping that MadCon 3 t-shirt. We'll get into that a little bit later. Also, you know Dan, he's been on Travel Channel with Most Terrifying and other TV shows that really long to list, and I got a minimal time of an intro here. But I definitely do want to dive into Dan's head. He did just release his very first director series on Video Space, behind the scenes, decades. Excited to hear a little bit about that. I have not heard it yet. But let's go ahead and bring everybody in real quick. Tori, hi. Matt, hi.
Hi.
Kenna, hi. No Steve tonight.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
He's getting white girl wasted at his anniversary.
Yeah, that's cute. I saw their pictures.
They're kind of cute.
Happy anniversary to them.
No, secretly, Steve actually quit the show.
Steve did not quit the show. Steve loves us.
Matt, why are you quiet?
Steve was fired on Saturday, actually. I'm just tired, brother. I'm still catching up from the weekend. I did a lot this weekend.
Yeah, you did. You and me both.
Got the lag going on.
It's just tired, and it's just, you know, you get home at 10 o'clock at night, you go to work at 9 a.m., you just go right into it.
I forget what it feels like to go to work at 9 a.m. I'm up at 4.
My boss is all right. My boss ain't too bad, so you can kind of make my hours.
I don't know. He was kind of an asshole on Saturday.
I don't remember that.
No big deal. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Dan in. You guys seem quiet tonight, and I don't like it.
I got lots to say.
Oh, man.
We're always quiet. You know what it is? I'm kind of bummed out we don't have Brat to make fun of, so one of you three is just going to feel my wrath tonight. I miss Steve.
Yeah, it's no fun without Steve.
Can we put his picture up somewhere?
Where's sliced cheddar, Kenna?
Yeah, let me. We'll bring Dan in real quick, and we'll chat it up with him for a minute, and I will find the youngest picture of Steve I can.
Hi, Aaron, Michelle, Tori, Kim. Welcome.
What's going on, Dan?
Hey, what's
Hi.
up? Am I in?
Yep,
You're
you're
here.
here. You are live.
I'm just like sharing away, you know, like having fun.
That's what I've been doing too.
I'll just,
Oh,
until they say my name, I'm going to just keep sharing on pages and other shit.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Why'd you change your headphones, Tori?
Because
Cheers to
the
you, Dan.
wires went everywhere. It looked weird. What you drinking, Dan?
Yeah, what's
I
that
got
brown ale you got?
Brooklyn Brown Ale. Good stuff.
You told us you had a brown ale. You did not lie.
Nope.
I
It's
just
like-
had to remember.
Like actually my favorite. I like brown ales for some reason.
Those were never one of my favorites. I did try Newcastle once,
That is like my top. Like,
and that's why it was only once.
yes, I could pound
Hey.
those.
Michelle Nicholas Lee, hello.
One of the beers that I'm rather impressed with, I don't like it myself, but Guinness, like, it
Mm.
looks like you could chew it.
Yeah, see, I
It
don't
just
like
looks
beers
that
I
way.
can
Though.
chew.
It's actually a light beer.
I'm
Guinness
impressed with
is?
this beer. It looks
Wow.
like you can chew it.
It does. It,
Yeah,
like
it's a light beer. It looks like oil, but it's not.
the bottle.
Would it be
has-
considered a pilsner?
I don't know.
Guinness?
I believe that'd be more like say a porter.
What
Yeah,
the hell
pretty
is it?
thick beer.
Actually?
I don't know. Like I don't know. The
I
only
think it's
time I
an
ever
ale.
drink
I think
Guinness
it's
is when I
just-
dump a shot of like Bailey's in it and chug it. What are those called? Car bombs?
Car bombs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way to
Good
drink
stuff.
that stuff. Fast.
with some Jameson.
Mm-hmm. Little top it off with Jameson.
I just know like the bottles of Guinness have like a little ball bearing in it.
They use and it's isn't it nitrogen? Nitrogen in
It's like a
those?
little nitrous ball or something. It's probably just a ping pong ball, and they're lying to us as a marketing gimmick. But
Learn something new every day.
What do you
Yeah.
got over there, Matt? More vitamin C?
oh, you know, I got the vitamin C.
Absolutely. What is that
New
one?
North. The best. The New England IPA is nothing but the best.
I'm just.
Have you ever had the harpoon?
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
it is. Well, Harpoon's up the street. I've been to Harpoon a whole bunch. We're very fortunate. We've got a good beer culture around here, so it's
Yeah, you do.
Never lacking. This vitamin C stuff, the best you'll ever get.
It
I
really
will
is.
actually, Dan. You're going to be up October 24th. I'll be bringing some of that with us, so you can try it.
Awesome. Sounds good
So
to me.
is that something that you find at like a brewery, a local, or is it something you can just
This
go
is
to the
only
store and
sold
buy?
at this brewery. They don't distribute or anything. You have to go right to the brewery to get it.
Gotcha.
Which sucks because I really liked that blueberry, that stuff you brought to Wilson last time. Or that stuff, it's phenomenal.
Well, they
It's
bring it out
weird.
every once in a while.
It's weird because I don't like sour beers, but that one just not overly sour, but it just the right amount. It was super good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have, Kenna?
Nothing. I didn't have time to
Oh.
grab anything.
She's the one that gets made fun of then.
Perfect.
No
No,
booze.
I
That's
have
a good
a,
deal.
I
Are
have
you
an
in the
empty
closet
cup.
again?
What do you have, a cup of ramen in your hand? What is that?
I'm always no. It was. I don't even know what it was. I don't know.
Are you in the closet again?
I've lived my whole life in the closet. I'm in the closet.
Secrets out.
Hi,
Yeah, I
Dean.
don't have anything, but I am super excited about tonight. So Hinsdale is super interesting to me. I've heard a lot of different people talking about Hinsdale. I've heard a lot of different stories. And, to be honest with you, I know zero about Hinsdale. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know any of the history. So I really how did the story of Hinsdale all come about? And what is it about Hinsdale that's so different? Like, I hear people talk about Hinsdale that it's like on a different level of weird, of hauntings and stuff like that. So what is that? What is it about Hinsdale that makes it such a special and unique place?
I mean, I think for me, it was the amount of activity that I got when I was there. The stories date back as far, the stories that I knew about dated back to the 1970s, where there was a family that lived there that got a priest to come in and perform a structural exorcism on the location because of a supposed demonic haunting that they were having that was affecting the family. It ended up not working, and then they fled to California. And the house had many people living there throughout the 1980s, and then it became vacant, and that's where I kind of came in and picked it up. It was going to be torn down. There was another group working on the renovations prior to me going in there, and that's how I got to go into the house to begin with. But the guy that was actually on the mortgage was basically funneling the money out to Canada and not putting any money towards the house, and the local groups that were working their asses off were basically getting screwed, So they're my friends, and I basically talked to them about it, and I said, is this, are you cool with me stepping in here, kind of working off what you guys were starting? And a couple weeks before it was supposed to be torn down, I got the mortgage and started working on renovating it to use it for research, because I don't know, just out of all the places that I've investigated and all the years I've been doing this, it felt like I was being called there, and like I needed to step in and save this place. So
You've done a great job, man.
thank you. Yeah, it's been 5 years in the making, so from when I first got it to now, and still needs a ton of work, but it's stable, it's there, and teams can go there, and
it's creepy as hell.
Yeah.
What's some of the evidence and the experiences that people have had in and around the Hinsdale house?
I mean, every type of haunting that you can think of, from the outside of the house to the inside of the house. They've had UFO sightings, crypto sightings, spirit sightings on the outside of the house, full-bodied apparitions, woman in white, Indians. On the inside of the house, you're getting shadow figures. On the outside of the house, you're getting shadow figures. You're getting poltergeist activity in the house, things moving on their own. You're hearing things. We're catching it on camera. One of my biggest goals was to be able to put cameras in that location, because it's, Matt, you were there, sits in the middle of nowhere, and it took me like 2 years to get internet service put in there. Up till then, I had to use satellite, which sucked because it has its peak levels and its low levels, and you're trying to run HD cameras, and it kept lagging, so it was hard to do. And Spectrum, which I know everybody talks smack about, finally came through for me and laid some wire down for me, so we're able to get the best high-speed internet up there finally. And the first night that I ever streamed that, the first night I remember sitting on my couch in my living room, and I was streaming on Paranormal Warehouse, and back in the day when Facebook didn't like cut off how many people can watch your show and stuff like that. I had like probably around 1,000 people in the chat room watching the live feeds, and
It's awesome.
I fell asleep on the couch answering people's questions, and then all of a sudden my phone started just like going off like crazy. It was probably like 2 a.m, and captured a full-bodied apparition on the camera. The first night that I had those cameras running, and it was like, damn, we got like the Holy Grail the first night. Like people can actually see, what everybody's talking about from afar. It was really cool to me. So
That's awesome.
shadow figure walking through the kitchen, boom, boom.
And those of people that are tuning in, Dan does do a lot of live static cams. I repost them a lot, or I try to whenever I see them. So if anybody's interested in watching that, just watch his page.
Yeah, not just for Hinsdale House, but for other locations too.
Yeah.
So, like if I become, go to a location, become friends with the owner, and try to help promote their locations as well. So, throw a camera in.
I have several friends that think the house itself is haunted. Like the experiences, I don't even remember what experiences they've had, but they feel it's interesting the different experiences people have had there and the different things that they've taken from it. But I do have friends that feel like that house like maybe asked for energy or something. Not good or bad, not either like that, but it's just the house makes them feel a certain way that a lot of haunted locations don't. So that's really interesting.
I thought about that. Like I've thought about like the house gives you what you want. Like if you're asking for Joe, an EVP of Joe comes. If you ask, for, to me, like Greg and Dana Newkirk and the Haunt Me crew were up there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen their show, but they kind of investigated a lot differently. And they asked us that, I won't give everything away, but I would check out their episode from Hinsdale House. They were doing EVPs in the living room, and they asked with that, they just said, I want to speak to the house, because everybody always says the house this, the house that, like it's its own entity or its own person,
right?
And it said, what do you want from people? And it said energy. They got an EVP that said energy, and it's like, yeah, man, it just my whole mind was just blown.
So that's actually the group of friends that I was talking about. So Greg and Dana and Katie from Haunt Me will be at the Haunted Savannah Paracon, and Katie and I have been in discussion about Hinsdale House, and she was one of like a handful of people that all said like there's something so weird about that house.
Yeah, I mean, I love their approach, and I like their show, and I think that they did a good job with what they did there. Just bringing different aspects into it and trying different things, and that's what that's why I like to have different teams come in, because you get a different perspective. Different techniques and different styles, and sometimes people get things that I wouldn't or you wouldn't, so and it's good because we're documenting all of that. We're documenting things that happen every time somebody comes in there. I have books here from like 4 years ago of teams that were there that write down the activity and what happened while they were there, and then other teams document it via video or going live or whatever, but it's all out there, so and we're keeping track of it all.
That's awesome.
And then what's the deal with I saw the tree in their episode. Is there a special story behind the tree, or is that something that y'all just started doing?
Yeah, I mean, that was something that we started doing, and actually, I'll give props.
Well, I mean, sorry, of course I started doing it, but I meant why, sorry.
Yeah, no, so the whole thing is that the land felt really heavy. The land felt really heavy, and tracing back the history, obviously there's different Indian tribes that had possibly lived on the property. We found arrowheads. We found different relics in the ground, just digging a new septic system for the toilet. So definitely has ties to Native Americans. It's right close to Salamanca, and the whole thought process is to start to heal the land, start to heal maybe the wrongdoings that may have happened. If there is a curse on the property or a curse on the land, we wanted to try to alleviate some of that heaviness. So I brought in like some Chris Sutton. He's a shaman from St. Louis, and he did some stuff. And Amy Perry Lane, she's from Para Expeditions. She's a witch, and she she started the whole tree thing, the whole giving back and giving back to the earth and making donations to the native spirits that are there, just so our worlds can combine a little bit easier
Mhm.
on a lighter note and hopefully get better answers during our investigations. So that was kind of the whole like idea of the giving tree up in the hill, is to give back and not take away, you know?
It creeps up on you in the dark. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
interesting.
you
know,
didn't
just
know it
walk
was
up.
there.
Well, I'd heard about it, but I didn't know where the hell it was. And I'm like, as you know, I was out there with Bill. Hi, Bill. I know I saw you pop in here. And then Crystal Lee and her team, and now they're all deaf. So Bill and I were the only ones with ears on this investigation. Bill stayed in the house, so now I'm the only one out in this creepy ass woods that can hear anything. And I'm leading a trail of deaf folk, and I've got my head on a swivel. And but the craziest thing about investigating with them was that when I would hear something, they would feel it, because we both look at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'd tap me and say, did you hear that? And I'd say, yeah, did you feel that? And it was a godsend. And when we come up around the corner, the IR light, I remember it was the IR light caught like one of the ornaments. I was like, what the absolute hell is this thing? And then I put two and two together, but it's an eerie feeling at night out there. And, the possibilities of puck wedgies and whatnot. And obviously the bear that was seen in the yard that day when we showed up, I was like, I don't want to die out here tonight.
Yeah, but the bear's not going to do nothing.
I've kind of always wanted to square up with a bear anyways, just to see if I could take one.
Play dead and see what happens.
I'd just go out swinging.
Just give him a vitamin C. It's fine.
Not wasting these on a bear.
Look who decided to join us, everybody. It's Steve Brott.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, look. There he is,
Why
right there in the corner.
is he in my school?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't get to choose where the picture goes.
It's unbelievable.
All right, that'll be nice. I really hope this is the youngest picture of him. It's so
he should have done a
You
wedding
look very
picture.
surprised.
I'm not trying to put his wife up on this.
No, just from him. Like his.
I'm not trying to scroll through all of his 12-year-old photos. He does not update anything, and it just.
He doesn't answer messages either.
I know. I've been trying to talk to him since Saturday.
He answers my messages now. But I also gave him a big ass check on Saturday, so he kind of has to.
I couldn't
Oh
see.
man, he's probably still mad at us. Anyways, so whatever, he'll get over it.
He's not mad. I don't think Steve has mad in his body. I don't think he can get mad.
I don't really think he does either. He said that the other day.
There's no sense, right? No sense in getting mad. It just clouds your judgment.
Very true. Very true.
That was very Dharma of me, wasn't it?
It was very zen of you. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
It was very good seeing all the other three of you guys Saturday. I know Tori and Kenna weren't up at MadCon, but we had a very good time picking on Steve.
I did order a shirt.
One of these bad boys?
Oh, wait, how
I
did
did.
MadCon go? Let's fill in details about MadCon.
MadCon was
Go
a
in there.
smack success because I showed up.
Matt and his
That's
ego.
all I got. I'm back to drinking now.
No, I mean it was
No.
awesome. It was awesome.
It was a lot of fun. It was like going to a party at your best friend's house and all your friends showed up.
It literally was. It was
Yeah.
like hanging out with people you've known your entire life. You talk to everybody on Facebook, and then you get to this event, and it's just you feel like you've known each other your whole lives. And
It was
really
so
phenomenal.
nice too, like just to be able to go to an event finally
Right.
after all these months. And yes, it was outside, but it was the most perfect day.
The weather was
Perfect
perfect,
weather, not too hot, not too cold, and like you said, it was like just we knew everybody got along, was friends. All the people that came were generally awesome, and it was just a really good day for cystic fibrosis. for
And
sure.
I don't know if that was the first one you've been to, Dan, but that was the first one I had gone to.
That was the first. The first one I went to was at Randolph County Infirmary, and they did that one for 2 years, and then they started MadCon, and did MadCon for 3 years. So I've been 4 years ago. I went to the first one where they raised a little over $1,000 at the first one, and that was
then-
still cool in its own right.
And then what was that like? Would you say 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And then here
to,
we are.
just to see how much it's grown in 4 years, or 5 years, or however long it was, and to be able to raise $11,000 for the group, and that's awesome. Just the team that Adam has there, all the workers that are doing the auctions, putting all proceeds to the cystic. I mean, it's just ongoing, fundraiser for them, and it's just amazing to see the work that he's done there and what he's doing for the other locations too.
John, in response to that comment, red's my power color. All you paranormal fools, you all wear black. You'll always see me in any photo, any video. That's why I'm in everybody's promotions. I wear red. I don't need that black. It's all gloom and doom, man.
You have on a black shirt as you say that.
I just ordered gold shirts today. Like they're
gold?
Yeah, like a yellow gold. They're pretty
Nice.
cool.
Do they match your car?
No.
Oh, man.
Kind of, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'm wearing a black shirt right now, Ken, but when I go to a convention, I need to stand out more than I do normally.
Oh.
I got to take it up like
Take it up a notch.
Yeah, don't.
I
Yeah.
actually forgot my con vest that I've been working on for like a year since conventions have been canceled, but I didn't want to douche it up too bad out there because I'm out of my element. Next year is a different story though, because now I feel like part of the family out there. So
The thing that I really loved about MadCon was the way that they raised money. There was not one standard way that they did it. They did it through T-shirts and auctions. They made it fun and they made it like interesting, like the Beyond the Senses group that I was telling you about, which I think everybody in here is a part of. But
I've given her so much money and won jack shit.
I know, but it's a lot of fun. It's
all going to a
of
good
fun.
cause, though, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think now it's Wildwood is where the money's going.
Which is much needed.
You know how I was really upset, Matt, that I put all those tickets to win that beer and Marcus won it? Guess who came over to my house and guess who drank most of it?
I was figuring that was going to happen.
Marcus came over, we had a fire, and I drank the majority of it.
I was happy to see Marcus was editing the documentary today. That's good.
Absolutely.
He seems to have his spark back.
Yeah, we
what else I was
all need
impressed
that.
with too, like with the auction that they put together, the amount of locations.
It was incredible.
I've been to other auctions and other things like that. Even in Gettysburg, they have an amazing Chinese auction with donations. But the amount of locations that stepped up to the plate for this particular one, there'd be like 50 different locations maybe there that donated overnights or ghost tours or something like that. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Just really awesome to be able to give back.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I did talk to him via private message because I was talking to him about the locations that were donating. I'm like, hey, these people are participating in the Paranormal Relief Project for my project in May. I'm like, you might hit them up. And there was a couple of locations on there that also donated as well. But it's cool to see everybody work together. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
That was my first time meeting Adam, and I've never been more impressed with how cordial and humble a person can be on first meeting when he's running around trying to run a convention to take his time off and show me around. And it was such a pleasant experience for me to meet him, and everything he's doing out there is fantastic.
And that had to have been a stressful day for him too.
Oh, absolutely.
It was
stressful for me. Never mind. I didn't have to do shit.
I don't know. I've ran some shows, and they have a great volunteer staff there. I mean, everybody knew what they were doing, and I think that to be able to trust somebody to take care of things and not have to worry about all those little details, it gets done when they're there, and there's no questions asked. If you ask a question, somebody just steps up and takes care of it, and it's like no nothing off your shoulder. So I mean, they're like a fine-tooth comb right there.
Like all of it just seemed to go like a well-oiled machine. Like all of their donation processes, all of their auctions, like even like the lives that I saw, because I know that Mike and Matt and everybody did some lives, and I saw some other lives that other people posted. But I mean, it looked like everybody was really relaxed and having a really good time, and I don't know, I love it.
Yeah, good. They did a great job for sure.
Do you have any other cons that you're doing this year, Daniel?
I'm going to be at the Fleetwood Paracon this weekend down in Virginia, and that will be it for this year. I've had so many things, but I'm excited to go to this weekend. We're donating the money to help restore the Fleetwood Church down there. So it's an old 1800s church that's in Brandy Station, Virginia, and the guys from the Ghost Finders, my teammates, will be there, and a bunch of other cool people, and doing some talks and doing some ghost hunts, kind of like what we did at MadCon. But it's their first year, so hopefully we'll make some money for them too.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to help you, just let me know. I'd be more than happy.
Awesome.
For sure.
I'll let them know.
You got something cool going on October 24th too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Wilson Castle, man. Excited
we
about
are.
that.
We're all gonna go up and get drunk at the castle.
I don't know. We gotta show Tim Shun some ghosts first, and
Yeah.
then we'll get drunk.
Well,
We're
Mike and I
coming.
can attest that there's a lot of ghosts up there.
Oh, it's highly
There's
I've
a
active.
lot
never been
going
there,
on.
so I'm excited.
Have you been there, Dan, or no?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, it's
It's my
oh
first
man.
time too.
Bring a change of underwear.
You should,
Or
anyways,
two.
if you're gonna be there overnight. I mean,
Yeah.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
so double
Bring a
up.
couple pairs.
Double up.
So definitely bring
It depends.
Matt will bring the vitamin C. You just bring your underwear.
bring the vitamin C and the
I'll
sex.
bring toothbrushes too, please.
I am very tired, Amanda. I am super drained.
Mike already drank all his bangs.
I did. I bought 2 cases. I bought one regular assorted pack, and my wife wanted the iced tea pack, and I pretty much drank both of them. I drink one a day. I take them to work because I can't stand that rainbow unicorn shit that my work puts in the fucking.
That's the best
vending.
flavor. You're an insane person.
Oh man, I just $10. $10. I'm gonna stop
Alright.
I'm gonna stop keeping count if nobody else is.
I want to ask a generic question because I'm very interested. So I like beer also. I actually
There's
don't like
Steve.
beer.
Oh,
God.
Steve, look at who I've got with me in my photo, buddy.
You like your picture?
I didn't even see that with Steve. That's cute.
I really think.
How long has that been up there?
It's been up there for like 10 minutes, Matt. I really think
Oh
you
my
need
God,
to print
Steve!
that.
I didn't see you, dude.
That will look perfect on the wall behind you.
I think
Yeah, that's
I will print it.
That's cute. And get
Leave it.
Steve to sign it.
I'll hang it on my freaking wall.
How did the paranormal start for you? What led you on your path to the paranormal?
For me, it was growing up in a haunted location. You know, like my parents will admit it now, but when we were kids, they tried to like protect
And
us
his
from it.
wife joins. Hi, Sydney.
They're probably sitting together.
They
I would
must be
hope
bored on
their
their anniversary.
They're having some White Claws together.
Steve's drinking the White Claw. She's probably got the shots of Jack going.
Steve,
Atta
are you
girl.
drinking your White Claw out of a wine stem?
He's got his little straw.
One of those like twirly straws that you had when you were a kid with the little loops in it. You know, like,
Oh
That's
yeah,
Steve.
the crazy straw. Oh Lord,
Okay, go ahead, Dan.
we're obnoxious.
Hey, you speak for yourself, Tori.
Yeah,
No, I'm speaking for all of us.
I think this is the most Tori's ever talked.
She talked a lot last week.
Okay, yes, continue. Your haunted house. You noticed it was haunted.
yeah, I mean, things were happening
I-
in it. Weird things were happening that my parents always kind of sloughed off, and then I, like crayon drawings on the ceiling. And when we were gone, we come home and there'd be like crayons in the middle of the living room. Nothing like malicious or really scary, but I did see a shadow figure there one time and freaked the hell out of me in my basement. My son,
wait. Did you say something drew on your ceiling?
when my
Ceiling.
family was gone, we came in and there was crayons on the middle of our floor and there was drawings on our ceiling.
What the F?
What the hell?
You just got censored.
I don't know what's going on there.
I think that's $5 for
Is
Ken.
that Hinsdale House going off?
No, I don't know what that one was. Look at that. It's getting some type of alarm of some kind on my phone for some reason.
Probably that new COVID app they want you to take.
Maybe.
Oh, remember
They're
Tori did
tracking
think
you.
she had it a week ago.
We were on quarantine.
What's that?
We were on quarantine a couple of weeks ago because my daughter was exposed at school, and then like I got
My wife and daughter just got put on quarantine.
Did
'Cause
they?
my daughter had a cough, so they
Oh,
quarantined
geez.
her for 2 weeks from allergies. You know.
I was gonna say it's allergy season. Everybody's gonna
Yeah.
be quarantined if that's the case.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
same.
Well, and then my wife she works at a dentist's office, and they told her that she had to get tested because my daughter was quarantining. So, they might as well just cancel school. I don't know. It's like
Right? Just go. To
I
the
don't
online.
understand it either.
it's so confusing already. You know.
Yeah, she was sent home from school. Like it was. I can't even remember. I want to say it was like a Friday.
Mhm.
No, it was a Monday, and they knew the Wednesday before that this kid had tested positive. Sent her home at 1:00 in the afternoon.
It's crazy. We had this,
And then
Are you getting Steve's alerts? Someone's at Homestead right now.
what?
Are you
Oh,
getting
yeah.
Steve's alerts?
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe Steve's texting you saying someone's breaking into Homestead right now.
They can find that out now. They know.
Ask Steve. He's probably got a tracker on your phone.
Ooh, nice.
You just ruined Steve's anniversary night.
Now he's going to be asking us why.
Okay, babe, I'm going to. I'm on my way to Homestead.
Hottie Broughton. Not Tati.
That's probably why he only went to Vermont, in case he had to leave real quick to get back to Saratoga.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I can't.
I don't
How
know.
old were you, Dan? When in the house? How old were you when all of this stuff was taking place?
Probably started noticing it when I was like 8, 9 years old. I actually ended up buying that house too. That was my first paranormal purchase, I guess. But thought it would be cool for my kids to be able to go to the same school that I went to, and I didn't think that they would experience some of the things I did, but they started experiencing some of the same stuff. And I was a little bit more open than my parents were with it, at that point. And it was kind of like, I would call it like my first big Scooby-Doo episode, because I was able, once I got the title, I was able to like research the house and find out that there was 2 children that died of cystic fibrosis in the house.
Oh wow!
And I also found that when I had went and seen a psychic about it, she had told me that they were attached to something that was original to them, and we didn't know anything, like for my whole time that my parents lived there, until I ended up going in the attic and we found this painting of a little boy and a little girl playing with their dog. I'm like, holy crap, like, is that the whole? I was like, put the whole puzzle together.
Do you still have that painting?
I do. Yeah, it's down in my basement. I kind of feel like they're part of the family. Like I grew up with them, and I believe they've moved on now. Because we were able to acknowledge them and know what happened, and they moved on. But we still have their painting, and if they ever came back, it would be okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any haunted objects, like that you?
Not that I know of. I tend to not try to bring things into my house.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have some stuff that was sent to me that I have at the Hinsdale House, a couple of dolls and that were sent there, and that have some pretty good energy to them. I don't know if you saw in that case. There's this old doll in there that was sent to me from Denmark that lived through it was four different house fires in Denmark, and it's still
so
survived.
weird.
Yeah, and it's got this really cool story to it.
Is it in the kitchen?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Wow, that's the coolest paranormal story.
Mhm.
I do. I like the exposure when they were young, because that's how I was exposed to the paranormal. As I grew up in a haunted house as well, and the activity only happened to me. It didn't happen to any of my siblings or my parents, and my parents were not open to it at all. Like my dad is very he doesn't
Steve, would
believe
you
in
be
that
quiet?
kind of thing
You're
at all.
interrupting Tori.
He doesn't believe in any of that kind of thing, so I can completely relate where you're coming from, for sure. And everybody gets quiet.
Tori, get your life together. Or can
I'm
you?
I'm just watching
to my Aunt Patty.
uncontrollably in her closet.
Yeah.
I'm pretending. Well,
Aunt Patty's in the chat room. Give her a shout out.
Hey, Aunt Patty,
Hi,
welcome
Aunt
to
Patty.
Booze and Brews.
Patty.
Hi, Patty. Steve's just so loud. He's way too talkative tonight. He's got to chill out.
Steve is like the scourge of the earth.
Tori, I feel like if people are on different frequencies every day, so what you attune to might not be what people around you attune to, and you might be more open than others. Therefore, you were the only one that ended up seeing it. But what type of things did you experience in your house? Did you ever research it also?
I never did research it. The kind of things that I would experience is my name would be called a lot. Like I remember one specific incident where I was sitting in my bedroom and I heard a car pull up, heard the door open and shut from the car, and footsteps and the front door open and shut, and then my name being called by what sounded like my mother. It sounded like my mom, and I yelled, "What?" And I didn't get a response, and then nobody was there. The scariest thing that I saw in that house was a shadow person, and it was black. I mean, it was black. It looked like somebody took a cookie cutter in the shape of a human and just stamped it out of the landscape. And it was like standing there in like an aggressive posture. I explain it like when guys get fired up and they're about to fight somebody and they puff out their shoulders. That's kind of like the stance that it had.
That's just how I walk around regular.
Yeah, that's just your normal stature.
Or just Matt.
It looked like Matt standing there.
It probably was me. I travel a
Yeah,
lot.
she said that was the most horrifying thing she saw.
That I've never seen a shadow person like that since then, ever. I would also see like lighter shadows, like going across like doorways and stuff. I was never hurt. I was never touched. I never had any kind of negative experience per se, but it definitely was scary for sure.
I'm excited about.
Somebody's nose is whistling. I'm just saying, I can hear it.
Somebody's nose.
Yeah, their nose is
Got a
whistling
nose
when they're
whistle?
breathing. Yeah, when they're breathing.
It's probably the goat in the house.
It might be, or it might be Beans farting. I mean, you never know.
You might want to tell everybody who Beans is, so they're not assuming.
Bring me Beans. I'll show you Beans.
I
Yeah, he's
assumed
so
you
cute.
ate beans and you were farting.
Magical fruit.
The more you eat, the more you.
There you go.
So,
And he is gassy. His farts
Mike
kill you.
just needs to eat cheese, and he's covered.
Oh, is that your new
Did you
dog?
say he's COVID?
Yeah, that's Beans.
Oh, you said covered?
Do what?
I wasn't trying to be funny.
That's Beans. He's a mini Australian Shepherd.
Nice.
We just got him on Saturday.
What a
That
Oh
dog
my
is a cutie.
gosh. Except the way you're holding him right now is making his eyes glow, kind of like maybe a zombie.
I mean, he's
So cute.
he's adorable. He's like 3 pounds maybe.
Oh, he is so cute.
There you go, buddy.
those are such good dogs if you train them the right way.
Yeah, he's actually caught on to a lot of things. I feel like he's doing pretty good. He just turned 8 weeks today, so
They'll need a lot of outdoor time,
yeah,
a lot of running.
Yeah, we're having, like, when I called his vet, they told me not to take him anywhere until he was like 12 weeks old. I was like, does that mean like outside? He's like, no. You can take him outside to use the bathroom, but don't, leave your yard.
I say that about kids too. My daughter went to Target with me when she was like 2 weeks old. Whatever.
Yeah, he's super sweet.
All right, so Dan, I want to get into. Let me find my bottle opener real quick. Where the fuck did it go?
There's $5.
$5.
buddy.
That was a test. That doesn't count.
No.
Oh, it counts.
Okay. You owe Wildwood like 3 pallets worth of shingles at this point.
I know, right?
So Dan, I don't know if
Anyway.
you know, we have this little thing going where anytime Mike drops an F-bomb or I say GD for whatever reason, we have to pay $5 to Wildwood's fundraising. So Mike owes
No,
it.
it's not. It's not Wildwood.
What's
no.
the? I thought it was for
Fundraiser of your
Wildwood.
choice now.
No, it's. Remember, we were putting random locations
yeah,
of
we're
our
putting it in-
choice.
God, I don't even know what day it is. I don't remember.
We just talked about this on Saturday. We'll
Was this after I had the white claw? Because I got white girl wasted.
We'll converse in the chat again, but we wanted to do each one of us, me, Tori, you, Steve, and Kenna, choose one random location.
Mm-hmm.
We put it in a bucket, we put it in a hat, we throw it up in the sky, we do whatever the hell we want with it. So for the next year, given we're still a podcast in the next year, which I intend to, for every F-bomb I drop, I put $5. For every GD word you put $5. So we got to choose a word that the other 3 hosts aren't
I
supposed
thought it
to
just.
say.
I thought it ended up being just cuss words. We'll discuss. We'll figure this
We'll
out.
No, we
discuss
can
it,
say
but
all
anyway.
kinds of other shit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the year, we draw a random location out of the 5 of us out of a hat, and whatever money we raised goes towards that location.
That's
I
cool.
recall all of that. I thought that was separate from. I didn't realize we had already blended all that together. You still owe a shit ton of money, my friend.
Well, Wildwood ended like a week ago, so
We got to put Hinsdale House in the pot.
I like that,
We
John.
will.
Steve can't say homestead.
George
What's up,
Matt-
George? How you doing,
Matt
buddy?
can't say
I'm
Aaron.
glad you tuned in.
Matt can't say Aaron.
says can't say moist balls.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
That sounds like a personal problem, George.
I don't think any of us have said that in the couple months we've been here.
I don't plan on starting either. That's a good one.
That makes 2
Dan,
of us.
do you have a favorite location? Do you have a favorite location or experience away from Hinsdale House? What places have you investigated and had like a lot of activity?
I mean, just I mean, I know you were just there too, Matt. 2 weeks ago, I was at Fort Mifflin and had some experiences, and I thought that place was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like it's hard to like pinpoint like one spot, like
Oh, right.
there's this place in this mansion in Ohio called the Burn Dune Mansion. There's an old theater, and I'm trying to think of Twin City Opera House. And you guys ever been to that place in McConnellsville, Ohio?
Nope.
Heard of it.
Mm-mm.
We actually videotaped a whole situation with our cameras where we could actually see the fingers of a spirit going like this on a curtain, and then the head peeks out like this, and it was
Oh,
like
wow.
just like super crazy at that location. But I guess it's just having unique experiences at every place, and I think every place is as valuable as the next one, especially when they're allowing us to do our thing. So I don't know. It's hard to just pick one. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love so many of them. Especially when we're trying to save history. So
Mm-hmm.
these locations.
Aaron, first of all, knock it off. Steve, Amanda, I'm gonna speak for most men. I'd rather have dry balls than moist balls any day of the week.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't.
Steve, why
You definitely
why
have
do
no
you
right chiming in on that. You don't want wet balls. Just you don't.
Steve, are you watching the? Why are you watching the podcast?
Steve,
and
why
not
aren't you
joining?
here?
I mean,
sometimes.
unless the balls are wet. Well, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, and Steve, I knew about Fort Mifflin before you mentioned it in passing, bro. Okay.
And why are you watching and not joining?
Yeah. Why is your romantic anniversary evening spent watching this podcast? Sydney,
All right,
I'm sorry.
No
that you're with
vacation.
Steve.
So we got to dive into the mind of Dan Klaaes and Behind the Shadows. That you just released your first series that you direct.
Yeah.
Have not watched it yet. I work 10 hours a day. I come home, I go to bed. I gonna try and catch it this weekend. But what's it about? I've been seeing a lot about it. I want to hear it from you.
My whole thing I filmed this series. Helped film this series Behind the Shadows, 4 seasons of it on YouTube, about 6 or 7 years ago, and I kind of had it on the back burner. And then I thought, what a perfect time. Like I've learned so much in the past, 4 or 5 years being on sets, seeing how directors actually get shots and how to actually edit the correct way and how to do things the right way. I said, why don't I just try to do this over again? So I put a cast together. Some of the old members from Greater West New York Paranormal Society, which is my team in Buffalo, are stepping in, and then we got a greenhorn who's 17 years old, who's amazing, that we cast onto the crew, and then we got a couple of people from different groups in Buffalo that are stepping in. And the whole premise behind it is going to famous haunted locations and diving into alternative theories, not just diving into what made it famous, so actually trying to dig in a little bit more and maybe get different answers than what you're used to seeing on TV.
I like that.
So, yeah.
I definitely am going to have to check that out.
And I'm not shooting any IR at all, so it's all shot in just HD, and we're just illuminating everything, so it's not, you're actually just seeing live shots, so nothing can get clouded with IR footage. So even when we're outside, I'm like putting floodlights out at night so we can investigate at a stump or something. It's different. It's a different type of shoot.
Difference good.
Yeah, sick of the same old. Like say everybody goes in the dark and IR cameras, and it's like
That's why all the shows are stale.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to think of different ways to do the shoots, make them interesting interviews. Like the first 2 episodes are going to be from the Hinsdale House. Obviously, it's my baby, So, and I know there's so much history and things that have been overturned that nobody ever talks about. So we're able to actually interview a family that lived there before the exorcism happened in the 1960s, and
that's
talk
cool.
about some of their accounts that they occurred while they were there. I was able to interview some neighbors from Hinsdale that lived down the street that knew the Andy family that had things happening where they live. So it's not just happening on the outside of the Hinsdale house; it's happening down the hill too, and they're getting some of the same accounts that we're getting. So I mean, it's cool to be able to interview these folks and talk about other things, not just the same old stuff that happened there, and
I think that's one of the things. Oh, go ahead.
no, it adds to the mystique of the place, and it's going to do the same for the other locations that we're filming at too.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's one of the things I like the most is I love diving deep into the history of locations. And I think that's awesome that you're doing that.
I
Trying,
love I love it like when there's new innovative ways to do investigating and kind of like what you're trying to capture and try to find different ways to present the paranormal.
Locations.
Yeah,
the
I
location
think
and the investigation itself.
yeah.
Like you don't have to be in the dark to investigate,
Mm-mm.
and I don't know. I don't want to push the whole. Like if somebody's gonna say, "Did you hear that?" I want a camera in all the rooms of that place so I can go to that camera and see what maybe they heard. I don't want to have like a did you hear that noise and nobody on the TV hears what the hell they're talking about? I want to be able to, or else I'm not going to show it. It's like it's just old.
Then
Gets
don't go
old.
to Wilson Castle. I don't think you have enough cameras for that one.
It's only 32 rooms. It's no big deal.
Yeah, you need like 40 cameras for the castle.
That's not too bad.
I'm looking forward to seeing this. And where all can people watch it? Is it just Vidi?
Right now, it's on VidiSpace. You can download the app on any of your streaming devices, your phones, and then it's been presented to Amazon Prime. So hopefully, whenever they approve that, they've been behind on getting things approved. So hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, it'll be up on Prime too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Don't put a release date.
No, I will not. I'm not going to do that because it's so many people have been putting release dates, and that's like 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later.
Kind of like us and the Madhouse guys.
At some point, it will be up there. Hopefully.
Just wait till Dan shares it. Wait till Tim shares it. Tim will share it first.
Yeah.
So, Dan, you got anything planned for National Ghost Hunting Day on Saturday?
Well, like I said, I'm going to be down in Virginia, so we'll be doing investigations down at the church down there. The Hinsdale House is a team that is participating in the event, so they're going to be doing some live streams from the house. Same with Wildwood, so they have a event going on there too. So, it's going to be different than other years, but it'll still be cool. There'll be lots of ghost hunting going on. So,
It's all that
all
matters.
3 locations. So,
I'm excited to get back to Wildwood.
Are you going there?
I'll be at Wildwood on the 21st of November with You and I Research. Excited.
they do such a good job.
They really do.
I've never met them, and then a couple at their last public investigation that they did at Wildwood, I just said, hey, does it mind if I stop by? And got to just meet those guys and get to know them and how they present to the public, and they just made it very interesting. They used a lot of different techniques, and I don't know. I would have been ecstatic if I was coming into the paranormal the first time and I got to use all the equipment that they bring and think about different theories and just investigate the way they investigate with the public. So I'm really happy with we get such great reviews from them from all the stuff that they do there. So
Yeah,
super
we
happy.
just spent the weekend with them up at Wilson Castle.
They're thorough.
Oh yeah,
I love my favorite thing about that team is they designed and created almost all of their own equipment.
yeah.
They're not out there using millimeters or anything else. They have those little. My favorite thing is those minions that they use.
Did you put on the helmet with the blacked out lighting?
I did the goggles.
Spectre,
Dude,
Spectre
remember, Matt? Yes, I did. I had to take those off when you were doing your session with that little boy in the art gallery. Remember?
Mhm.
I was sitting there wearing them, and I felt this female literally in my face, and I don't know if I can talk about this, but I don't know what's going on, but this energy in the art gallery was just screaming in my face, but she was standing in front of Matt. Like you can see the glasses that he designed, you're able to see it's like a gray color.
Yeah.
It allows you to see the UV and the IR spectrum that the human eye can't see. So when you're wearing them, you just see pitch black. It's like you're looking into a scrying mirror, but you can actually see the figure. And I just see this gray shadow in front of Matt. But at the same time, I see her looking at me and just screaming. Like I could feel her energy was so powerful. Like I ripped them off. I walked all the way around and what?
Was this the other day?
No, this was when we were in
2 weeks ago at
Vermont.
Wilson.
Okay, time out. Was this at Wilson when I said, "Hey, for some reason, Mike, I feel you need a protection, and there's a mirror that you don't need to mess with."
Well,
That was when Mike went to Wilson totally unprotected on purpose. So
I
he
went
get
unprotected on
raped by a
purpose.
succubus or something.
Thank you. I said I told you something was coming up about you in a mirror, and something's gonna mess with you if you don't
But
protect yourself.
I didn't use a mirror. Well, technically,
You
that
scried
could
that
be
night?
a mirror. I did, but I didn't see anything. Hi, Dan. Nice of you to join us.
Oh, there wasn't something. I thought you said there was something to do with a mirror. I thought I saw a post.
He was crying, but that wasn't when that happened.
But it wasn't during that, and wasn't getting anything through my mirror that night. And I believe the reason I wasn't getting anything through the mirror that night is the mirror that I took is it emanates positive energy, so it brings out the positive energies around it. And that night I had what?
Go ahead.
Well, that night I had a female attached to me, and she
what's the
wasn't.
difference from the other night?
What's that?
What's the differences in the other nights? He said.
Yeah.
What do you mean the other nights?
Yeah, don't you have females attached to you everywhere you go?
Oh,
I mean, look at MadCon.
Friday night at Wilson Castle, Mike was kind of a dick.
I was a dick. I went off on Matt. I went off on Rini. I was
no.
I was an asshole. I just had something tearing me down. My anxiety was bad. I was in a bad mood all around. Didn't want to be around anybody. Even Matt. Like I literally didn't want to be around Matt for some reason. But
you laughing about Kenna?
just following along.
But I guess you could say the glasses that Jeremy did design technically could be a mirror.
Doesn't he remind you of like a Dr. Emmett Brown? Like he's got that look.
I instantly thought Beaker from the Muppets.
Kind of like
he was wearing a lab coat. I was like, whoa, this is a lot.
He's got a psychic physics degree.
Yeah.
They're scientists, and like I said, my favorite device they use are the little minions, which is kind of like the ED. What is that? The ED plus.
The EDI plus.
EDI plus, yes. But they design their own. They design their own motherboard. It tells you the temperature, pressure, everything, and they put them around separately through every
Robin
room.
had what, like 20 of those things?
Yeah. I didn't get to show. Oh, I can't. We experienced that effect. Hey, look, they're commenting. But yes, I thoroughly enjoyed. I know Matt did too. Thoroughly enjoyed investigating with you guys. Definitely love the different styles and different techniques.
It's always good to switch it up.
You know the cool thing too that they do? They make like little goodie bags for the people that come to the events, to promote the locations. Well, because
you just all look bad now.
You got to buy a ticket, I guess. But if you buy a ticket and you go to one of their events, you get they make promo items for the locations, and they give them out to people, which is really cool. And it really, it gives people like a lasting, memorable experience.
Don't expect that at Wilson Castle on the 24th, everybody.
But if anybody does plan on going November 21st to Wildwood, I am super excited to be there. I know Katie was talking about she was going to bring me some brownies with walnuts in them.
Nice.
She hasn't told me that yet, but I know she's going to.
Bring me a different kind of brownie.
Oh, what kind would you like?
I'm going to have some autographed posters.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I'd like brownies with medicine in them, if you know what I'm saying.
That's what I literally just said, homeboy.
Well, see, we don't do that stuff.
A cosmic brownie?
No, I just read about it.
Steve, what are you hitting at for promo items for the Oliver House?
I know.
Did I hear White Claw?
Different Steve. This Steve's down at the Oliver House in Middleborough, which Ken and I will be at. I don't know what we're even doing, but we're going to be there.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see you again, John.
House socks made or something like that for people. That would be cool.
Wait.
Embroidered socks.
I am excited to get back to Wildwood. Got those.
So, hey, Dan, say that again. I didn't hear you.
Thank you, Stacey. You're correct.
Some embroidered socks. Like Oliver House socks.
That's cute. I like embroidered. I have all kinds of dumb socks. They're really cute.
And every time you put your socks on, you think of the Oliver House and how you need to go back.
Yeah, we're all gonna have some special all of our house socks now. So Benjamin Franklin, since he's the
You
one
know
that
what? I have
Steve,
thought
there'll
for
be
a
a few
long
of us there
time.
that night. It's going to be like 5 of us. It's going to be a
Okay,
good
who
time.
gave the
It's a little
angry
party.
face? Why is there an angry face? You're fired.
Who's angry?
I don't know,
Angry.
somebody's angry.
Who did it? Call him out.
Who did it? I don't know who did it. Let me go look. Who did the angry face?
I
But
don't
what I
know.
thought would be cool, and I've been looking for some for a long time, and I have yet to find any, is because I work in the ER and I wear like I call them my old lady socks, my pressure socks, so I don't get. I need some haunted location pressure socks to wear. Like
For
I've never been
diabetes?
able to find them.
I mean, that's definitely a niche market, but I'm
Yeah.
sure if you go to like Zazzle,
Oh my gosh,
like
maybe this is my calling, y'all.
that, you can get
Haunted.
them made.
Listen here, Stacy Barry. Why did you?
If you
do the
can
sad
find some,
face?
Kenna, I will be impressed because I have yet to find any.
Mike,
I
you
found
jealous
like
of him, bro?
trouser socks,
What?
but that's not going to do the job.
I went and looked.
So if you ever make haunted Hinsdale pressure socks, I will buy them.
I'll see if
I
we have
promise.
them.
Are those for like diabetics or something? What do you mean pressure socks?
Yeah, I'm confused. What do those
That's to
do?
prevent gout?
No, they prevent varicose veins.
Moist balls?
Do they
They-
keep my balls dry?
No, well, if they go that high, whew, like
And
those.
see the Chili Peppers perform on stage?
No.
Hi, Vanessa. Welcome. This is the worst podcast you'll
You
ever
walked in
listen
at
to.
a great time, Vanessa.
The end.
But because nurses are on their feet a lot, their ankles swell and they're prone to varicose veins. So these socks, they go up to like below your knee and they put pressure on them to keep your feet from swelling and keep you
Gotcha.
from getting varicose veins. So that's what they're for. I call them my old lady
Why
socks.
is that so funny? Kenna's got that laugh going
You
on.
know what? I have some really
Beavis
awesome
laugh?
my laugh has changed so much throughout the years because it's always bothered people, or like I used to go, huh, and that would be a real laugh coming from me. It's just I don't want to put a lot of energy into it. So people would always think I'm making fun of them when I'm actually laughing. It's just a really obnoxious laugh. So that was a real genuine laugh, Tori. I'm a nurse too, so I'm like imagining these socks with like ghosts and
Veins
pots
sticking
all
out.
over them right now.
I
and have-
know. It would be cool because I have not found any from like anywhere. Nothing. I've looked. I even tried to create my own and I can't even do that.
I think there'd be a
So-
very small profit margin on it, but I mean, if Dan,
Yeah.
you want one pair to sell,
I mean, what do you charge for those types of socks? I mean, like $40-$50, right? For one
It
pair?
depends on where you get them. You can on the cheaper end, you can get them off Amazon for about $10 to $15 a
That's what I
pair.
was like. Good golly, Miss Molly, that's some golden compression socks there, Dan.
Yeah.
For like the upper end, depending on like I mean, the higher price, the better the quality. And I've seen them as expensive as $30 a pair.
I get my socks at Marshall's, cheap.
But yes.
My blood flow is spectacular.
I would totally buy them because I can't find them and I can't make them. So there
Cool.
we have it.
Well, I'm gonna check tomorrow. It's a possibility. Like the company that I go through probably has some. I mean, I have everything else on there. You name it.
I'll be shocked if you can find them. I'll be very impressed.
Dan,
But I
where
will
can
buy
you-
a pair.
Mhm.
Go ahead and plug your stuff, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like my webpage?
Yeah. How can everyone find
All of it.
Everything
Class.
Dan Class.
DanielKlaes.com. It's spelled Klaes. And on that page, I've just linked everything, so you can get links to Wildwood, links to Madison Smith, links to Hinsdale, my store, all the events I'll be at, all the events that we're doing at the houses and stuff, and it's all just kind of centrally located. Just click the little drop down box and find what your pleasure is.
And you do have a Patreon, right?
Yeah. It's I have about 80 patrons right now that have been dedicated since I started doing that about a year ago, and it's helped immensely. Just being able to get projects done at the house on a much quicker basis. So we have like a team, and I'll do Zooms with them every month, and we'll keep them all updated on all the things that we're doing with the money that comes in, and we'll have like little board meetings and decide what we're going to do next, what the priorities are, and everybody, well, not everybody, but a big chunk of them participate and being part of it. So that's kind of the whole forte of the house, just keeping people part of the location and allowing them to feel and be part of it.
Awesome. I love
Absolutely.
that.
Not all about me. I just bought the place. People can come and do it. I have a girl that comes and does day tours there 4 times a month. Casey, she was just there today, and she did some tours during the day. And it's people want to help, they want to volunteer. Come on out.
Hey, Vanessa, I just sent you a message.
One of my favorite parts about you, Dan, and I guess the Hinsdale House, is how approachable you are. You're very approachable, and you're very comfortable to ask questions to about like your location, and like I just want to say it's noticed because that's not always the case. So this is one of my favorite parts. I mean, you guys get what I mean. I mean, some people are hard to approach.
I think it's when you're easily approachable and you can easily not stutter while answering questions. It comes about, you're perceived better, and I'm not there to hide anything. I'm not there to change or do anything. I'm just there I guess I'm just the bearer of the house, So, I mean, it's, I admit when I make mistakes. I'm humble, and I try to do what I can do. So it's all we can do.
I love it.
I don't like to put myself on a pedestal. That's not cool.
Well, it's definitely noticed. Well, I notice.
It feels good to be a good human.
I'm glad I can finally pronounce your last name correctly.
Class.
I told you 15 times on Saturday how to say his name.
In Kentucky, they say Klaies.
I've heard it as Klaies. I think Adam
That's
called you Daniel Klaies.
That's how Nick says it. Klaies, like that.
I've heard Klaies.
Is that because of his accent, though?
Probably, yeah. But that's a Klaies.
Now I know how to properly pronounce it, not sound.
I just answered anything, But I think I'm the only Dan around. I'll look, So.
Unless you're
Matt, those aren't for sale yet, dude.
How do you say it, Matt?
Hmm?
You have an accent. How do you say it? Do you say class?
Class.
There's no R's in it.
Yeah, there's no Oz for me to lose.
Yeah.
You said it so quick and serious.
He does. He's like stone faced when he says it. Class.
That's it.
He's got it.
I made it a point to know his name, man. I mean, it's respect.
I know how to say it.
Daniel
What, tonight?
Huh? Yeah, I knew before.
Klaies.
So, Dan, we're going to see you in 1 month. I'm super excited.
1 month from today.
1 month. I know
it's gonna be it's gonna be a shit show, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, I will be leaving probably about 9 o'clock from Wilson and then coming back.
What?
We'll talk later.
Don't message me. What, just tell us now.
9 o'clock in the morning, right?
I don't know if I can tell it. I don't know if I can say. Info hasn't full details. I'll ruin Steve's news.
Oh.
I know about the top broad ain't even going to be there anymore.
It's not even. Yeah, he is. He's going to be there.
I told him don't come.
Well, I don't. I believe. I think he announced it already. But anyways, so the 23rd, I'm going to be in Vermont.
Make sure that we can be announcing stuff. Oh, you're going to be in Vermont.
Nobody watches this podcast. And these 23
I know what Steve's got going on the 24th. We spoke. Steve answers my messages now because I have his actual phone number.
He's forced to. He'll just keep texting him.
But anyways, yes. So the 23rd, I'll be in Vermont, spending my birthday with my wife. The 24th, I will be at Wilson Castle until about 9 o'clock p.m. I'm leaving to go to Saratoga Homestead, but I will be back.
You're not welcome back. You leave, you don't come back.
Well, that sucks. You're not the owner because Denise knows I'm there till Sunday, so fuck it.
Guess what, Broham? It's a Warner Paranormal event. $5. I will lock that front door. I will shut that gate. I will call the policia.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay.
We'll put Tim out at the gate guarding.
Yep.
I'll just walk up with the big satchel of you know what from the barn across the street and be like, here, Matt.
Well, then I'll welcome you with open arms if you show up with that.
Deal.
Fair enough. You bring the medicine. I'll open the gate for you.
Come here, baby.
Cosmic brownies.
You going to bed?
Oh,
say bye.
Yes.
So her hair's so
very
curly.
hectic at Michigan Paracon, but I actually met Dan in an elevator at Michigan Paracon. I don't know how we got to conversating, but it was about someone walking.
I'm easily approachable. I mean,
yeah,
this was determined
whether you're in an elevator or you're standing in a room, whatever.
Say bye.
Yeah.
Say bye.
Walk up to someone and
standing there taking a pee at the urinal. Hi,
Matt, I'll come to Tennessee anytime you want. Ken and I were in Tennessee for OSPH earlier this year. I'll come back down in a heartbeat, man. Let's do
Bye,
something.
baby.
Yeah, we need to do that place again.
Bye.
Say bye, baby.
Her
Oh,
hair's
she's-
so curly.
Yeah, she's so cute.
She
She
gets
is
a
cute.
cutie
Bye.
Yeah, she's so cute.
You going to bed? Give me a kiss. Good night.
I like her little eyebrows are raised up.
Bye, baby.
Kids
Good
just
night,
make you
Dad.
happy.
They do.
Yeah, she's
Now,
pretty
Dan,
cool.
do you guys do anything special for Halloween night at Hinsdale?
Yeah.
Generally, if it's not a booked out night, we just like all the team, like the people that volunteer, usually have like a little get together up there, and they'll investigate and have a fire and just chill. You know, I don't like leaving it unattended on a Halloween. So,
I don't
I
blame
don't
you one
blame
bit.
you.
but yeah,
Yeah.
usually if it's not booked out, it's like a staff night, and
This year's special. It's a full moon. It's daylight savings, and it's a Saturday.
yeah, it's booked.
It's
But
good.
we'll still have a staff night there,
Bye, baby.
maybe next week or something like that. So,
I figured Halloween would be booked every year.
well, when I first got it, the first 2 years it wasn't, but it has the past few. So, last 3 years it's been booked.
And your Friday the 13th are probably booked too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I try to have events on those days just because the locals will get all excited about the special dates like that. You know,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Friday.
Matt, sign me up for those, dude. I'll be down next weekend.
What's that?
I'm just responding to comments at the same time.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was
I'm all
lost.
over the place.
I thought you were volunteering to come do an event at Hinsdale House. That's what
I will.
I was
I'm
down
totally
for that.
down to come back to Hinsdale, man. I need more there.
I feel like we need to do like a booze and booze tour, like 20.
Kenna, don't start with that. Mike and I say this
We've
every
been trying.
week, man.
We've been trying to get you guys to go.
locations and actually go to them and do events or research or
Even friggin'
You know-
Steve
you
Broad
know
shows
what's-
up
you
to
know what's
these
funny,
weekend
Kenna?
events with us.
You know what's funny, Kenna? Do you want to know the one location I said we need to go broadcast live from was? Hinsdale House.
yeah. I say let's do it.
Okay, Tori, you on
There's
board?
much to uncover.
Tori's
so-
gonna say as long as travel restrictions are lifted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as Booze and Booze is still in existence in 2025, Tori's gonna come.
Right.
No, it's not up to me. It's up to my work because my work has certain things that I can and can't do.
You can't travel.
Only
No.
if they know about it, Tori.
Tim, who's Mar? Who's
True,
Mar,
but
Tim?
if I were to end up getting it and then take it, then I would have to explain it.
Yeah. I get it.
Sure. Demons and beer. That sounds like a great night. Sounds like my Fridays.
That's what we should have named this show.
Demons and beers.
Doesn't phonetically ring as well.
It really doesn't. Mount Wana. So,
That's me.
9 o'clock. Yes, Allison, you missed everything.
You missed an hour and 8 minutes.
But guess what? She's not gonna miss. You might
The
want to stay
replay.
tuned to this one. You're not gonna miss the replay because you know you can go back. But should we announce who our next week's guest is tonight, or should we wait until
For
Sunday?
those that have sat through, I think they should. I
Yeah,
think
they
they deserve that.
deserve it.
Next week's guest, I'm super excited. I'm gonna tell you what. It doesn't matter who's gonna watch. I'm gonna be the biggest fangirl. And you know what? I will pay $5 for this. I'm gonna be the biggest fucking fangirl. Not gonna lie. Because he's one of the reasons I got big into paranormal investigating and yes.
It's one of Dan's very good
So Zach
friends.
Baggins is going to be on the show next week.
No, but very, very, very close. This is one of Dan's good friends.
It is.
Steve actually got him on the show, but unfortunately Steve's not here to announce it. So
But he was very excited beside Matt.
next closest of kin, I think we should let Dan announce who's going to be on the show next week.
Sure.
Do I know him?
Yeah, you do.
Absolutely.
Does his last name start or rhyme with Gruff?
Yes.
It does rhyme with Groff.
Kind of,
It
sort of.
does.
Gruff.
Yes,
Nick
next
Groff
week.
Next week. That's
Yep.
huge.
We will have Nick
Yeah.
Groff next week.
I'm gonna share my really dumb story. So you said Mike's been like fangirling hard. He's been super excited about this. So I'm gonna share next week the story of how I made an arse out of myself in front of like a superstar, a super someone that a lot of people crush over, and I didn't even have a crush on this person, so y'all have to stay
I make
tuned.
an ass out of myself everywhere I go, Kenna. It's part of my.
Yeah,
Oh
me
man, it was
too.
bad.
True
There was
story.
like people watching me. It was dumb.
I have an awkward
Kristen, to answer
laugh.
your question, I had this hat made. It's a one-off. You cannot copy it. This is who I am.
You should sell them.
Please
Well,
don't.
trust me, I'm going to.
Now, who
Dan?
wants me to give you a question that you can ask Nick that nobody's ever asked him before?
We all do.
Absolutely.
We got it.
Well,
We're ready.
somebody's got to ask it. So there's a project that we're working on that we can't talk about, but it was last summer, and we were using a car, like an old station wagon, that actually worked up until it got to the location. And Nick had to just ask him what he had to do with this station wagon.
Is that the one that's at Hinsdale?
Yeah. So just ask
I remember pulling up. I was like, man, that station wagon is badass.
Yeah, so the station wagon stopped working, and the scene called for the station wagon to pull into the driveway, as they were driving it. So just ask him what he had to do.
Ask him what he had to do with the station
Ask him what the
wagon.
director had to do.
Just
Up
say
to the
Nick,
plate.
station wagon,
Yes,
class.
there you go.
Tell us.
Dan, thank you so much for taking the time to come talk to us.
Thank you for
It was a
having me.
lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for drinking with us, Dan. It's always
Yeah.
a good time.
Absolutely.
It's a great show.
We're gonna do Booze and Booze live from Hinsdale soon.
Sounds
Yes.
good to me.
After winter.
Yeah, I'll set it up. We can set up the living room like a talk show. You
Why
guys-
don't we do it different? Why don't we do like a we should plan this. We should make this longer than a 1 hour special since we're all apparently traveling and gonna have to stay overnight.
Well, I mean, we do the podcast for now, and then we do lives throughout the night, sporadic from all our pages.
Or we can just keep Booze and Booze live all night. And then
You can
do
go live from the
solos.
Booze and Booze page and just record it and just set up a couple microphones and have you guys all sitting together. Can't imagine what would happen.
We'll plan
all in
it,
the
but
same room.
I think it's going to be a deal. I think we should.
We should
do
set
it.
up a donate button so we can get Hinsdale House some fixer upper money.
Sounds good to me.
Got to finish
What are
that porch.
what? I know we are ending, but what are the things that Hinsdale currently working on? Anything as far as restoration?
Yeah, right. We're redoing the whole porch right now because it was all old, dry, rotted wood. The part of the front of the roof was starting to cave in a little bit, so we actually had to prop that up and get the old 1800 boards out of there and redo. We're basically from scratch redoing the whole porch, and we're actually fitting it back in like it was in the 1950s. So
that's
we're actually going to enclose the porch. We're putting in 5 windows as opposed to the 4 that have the mesh on them. And
Did you
putting a
save the
door.
bird's nest?
The bird's nest is gone, but it had its use. The babies flew the coop, and they can go find another place next year.
One of those birds flew in the house at about 1 a.m. and it scared the hell out of me, and I had to help get it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're getting the porch done right now, and then we're getting on the right side of the pond. We're getting that all graded. So we uncovered part of the barn foundation, and we're going to actually be leveling that all out so it's even, and we can mow the lawn a lot more easily than using weed whackers, and getting that all graded down. And then we're going to be working on finishing the kitchen ceiling and putting in 2 new cabins.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there, huh?
Yep.
Keep up the good work, Dan. You do great work out there. The place is incredible.
Thank you.
Absolutely. For everybody that doesn't know Dan, be sure to go check out his new show, Behind the Shadows, Decades on VidiSpace. He just directed it. Super excited. I'm going to check it out this weekend. Everybody else should do the same thing. Go check out what is your Facebook, the Hinsdale Restoration Project.
Yep, Hinsdale House Restoration Project.
Be sure to go check that out. Drop it a like. Don't give Dan's personal page a friend request. He doesn't take friend requests, but you can go follow his other page.
Yeah.
What
He
is it
doesn't
all?
like you, Mike.
What?
What?
Oh no, I'm friends with him. Dan Klaes. Let me do it right. Dan Klaes. I think that's a lot of your handles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you guys want to support Hinsdale House and kind of give them a little bit of money every month to kind of help with Hinsdale House restorations, go to their Patreon page. There's several different tiers that you can choose from. And I'm not sure how many, but you can donate from like 1, 5, 10, something like that. So if you want to throw a little bit of money at Hinsdale House every month, and then you get access to some really cool perks with that as well.
Very good.
All
You
right.
get to have private meetings with me. That's a perk in itself.
That's better than the friends request.
Yeah.
How much is it for a one-on-one private meeting?
I'll give you that for free, buddy. You got it.
Holler. Got the Booze and Booze special. All right. It's been awesome, Dan. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
taking
very
time.
much.
I know
All right,
you've been
guys.
busy.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the 24th.
All right. We'll see you in a month.
Oh yeah,
All right, Dan, be
Wilson
careful.
one
All
month
right.
from now we will see you then.
Yippers. Looking
Have
forward
a good
to
night,
it.
buddy.
All right. Good night.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye-bye.
Are we done?
We'll see everybody next week with Nick Groff.
I'm super excited for that one, and yes, I probably won't say one word.
Is your voice going to be like cracking and stuff?
You're not going to say one word. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Like, you got room to talk, Matt.
I'm the same motherfucker all the time.
I'm so tired. I am so tired. I don't
Me
even
too.
care.
I
gotta
don't
work.
know.
Got F-bombs, Mike, so.
I got to work Saturday. I'm going to be working 62 hours this week. We are the company I work for. I'm building the Mercedes-Benz show car that's going to be on their new commercials and their new promo shit. And we just got the car today. It's about a 70-hour project. It has to be done by Monday. And
What?
Well, you
shipped
better get
to
to
its
work, buddy.
Yeah, it's got to be shipped to its final destination by Tuesday.
Wait, it's 70 hours of work. 10, 20, 30, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
I work 10-hour days. Let's just put
You're
it that way.
you better have someone helping you because that doesn't add up, friend.
We got 4 people working on this van right now.
Ay, Chihuahua. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's got me stressed. It's got me bugged, but still
Yes.
here doing my thing. Also had to get rid of an attachment today, which wasn't easy, wasn't fun. Feel like it's
I
still
think
kind of
that-
lingering.
I think that might be an interesting podcast to have. There's a lot of things we talk about that a lot of people in the paranormal have no clue about, don't know about, haven't heard about, or it sounds like very off the wall or woo woo. So
Maybe we save that for the right guest that has the right. Maybe Sarah
No.
would have good input.
yeah,
on that.
I'm thinking
Maybe not even a guess. Maybe that's something we dive in personally. I was actually thinking, and we'll go into the chat on this. I think I want to
We're
start
booked
cutting
for
down.
like 2 months.
Well, after that, I want to cut down on interviews, maybe 2 a month.
well, Sarah will be a good one.
Maybe
Sure.
like 2 interviews a month. Then that way we
Every
can
other?
actually sit down and talk about like our private lives, what we have going on, and I like having the guests; they're awesome. But we need time to focus on what Warner Paranormal's doing, what Dead Republic's doing, what Tori's event is doing, and what you're doing, kind of. So I feel like 2 a month would be awesome, and then focus on us as well.
I'm down with that. Every other.
A big Halloween announcement, which I've already put out a poster, so it's not really an announcement, but tickets for the Relief Project open on Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. And how many? Do you have a total number of locations as of right now?
I don't have my notebook in front of me, but I think it's like 26. We actually are giving away, last time I counted, it was like 400 free paranormal experiences across all of the venues that we have. And there's
awesome.
actually more than that.
So
Yeah.
what I don't have the notes in front of me either. What were we doing for Wilson Castle?
As far as the project,
Yeah, the investigation
number?
numbers. Or
Good
maybe
night,
we'll talk
Aaron.
about this personally. Maybe we'll talk about
Night,
that
Aaron.
privately.
I can't remember. I have it in my notebook, but I was wanting to say there was like 30 spots. Maybe.
For Wilson? I don't think
Maybe.
they'd give away
I
that
don't-
many.
I don't know how many there were.
Well, that would be
I
up
have
to you,
look.
Mike, because you're the running it.
That's what I'm asking is I'm going to run it, but I also might give away one free spot.
That
Even
wouldn't
though
have to
they're all
count towards the
free.
numbers.
Even though they're all free. Fuck. I got to think this through.
$5.
Never mind. Good night.
$5, Mike.
5, 10, 15.
I'm at like $30 just this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to peace out because we've been on here long enough.
Yep, me too. I got to get kids to bed.
Yeah, I got
Next
another
week,
beer to
Nick
drink.
Groff, us, and Steve Brott will be
Yes.
back. Apparently, if we let him come back, we should keep.
We will let him come back. We love
We
Steve.
got to bring Steve next week. He's the one that got us Groff.
He's so.
And
right.
there is something very special that if nobody has seen that Nick, excuse me, that Nick Groff had done. He opened up a G Crew episode about a person named Cody, and he died from COVID. I encourage everybody to check that out because there's something that's going to come into play when we come back. So it's
Yeah,
all
that's with Chad Lindbergh, Johnny Hauser, Nick Groff. Definitely. Okay, you guys look bored. I'm bored. I got another beer to drink.
God, so today's. I'm telling you that.
What is
that
today?
record is like weighing.
Is today Wednesday?
Yeah.
Because I literally feel like this is the third Monday in a row.
I go back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's my Monday.
I told y'all it's gonna feel really slow right now. It's gonna feel really
It does.
slow. Really
Drab.
slow growth.
Stop dragging us down, Kenna.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, but I'm
It
going to
really
peace out because I
sucks.
got to take a piss. I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Good gosh.
Bye. I'm
All right,
leaving
man.
too.
Love you, brother. Hit you up. Have a good night.
Sounds good. You guys
Bye.
enjoy.
Until next time.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Steve. I'll see you next week. All right, everybody. That's it for Booze and Booze. Super thanks for hanging out. Thank you to Dan Klaus for hanging out. Next week, as you heard it, we're gonna have Nick Groff in studio. We're gonna have him for a half hour. Got a lot of good stuff coming up next week. Till then, have a good one, guys.